And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that break. Again, I apologize for the previous series being a little bit shorter than we would have liked, but we have returned with our second and our final best of 7 of the broadcast. It is going to be Mystery Gaming versus Mystery Gaming versus PSISTORM Gaming. Oh my god! And up first, we have quite a matchup. We have SHIN versus Spirit. And it looks like, once again, this is a little bit pre-recorded here. We're just diving on in to our first visit too. And in the bottom left-hand corner, we have for Mystery Gaming, it is SHIN. And in the top right, we have his opponent for PSISTORM Gaming, Spirit. Just checking. Yeah, it makes sense. Fun fact for those who may not be aware, ESL Masters is this weekend. Is actually starting today. Actually started yesterday, to be fair. And there is a lot of overlapping matches. Spirit is going to be the first player for ESL Europe. So it makes sense for him to pre-record this match just in case the previous series did go on a little bit longer. So yeah, just making sure that there's no scheduling issues here, which is why we are going to be casting this via replays. As SHIN, he's going for the gold. Also, as he goes for the gold base, I apologize, I didn't see this earlier. I don't look too much at chats mid-game. But a big shout out to Thriving GG. Big shout out to Thriving GG. Thank you so much for the raid during the previous series. Thank you. We do appreciate it. I apologize for not giving you a proper shout out earlier, but I just in the midst of the game and in the midst of the casting, it was Cham winning, Bobby. Cham was I had to focus on Cham. But I do appreciate it. Thank you. Big shout out to Thriving GG. And he's a fellow Zurich player. He's a fellow streamer as well. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great ladder session. And welcome, everyone. Welcome to the WTL, to World Team League. For now, again, SHIN, he is going for a very aggressive build. When we expand, when we take the goal base so quickly like this, we're not getting into a longer game. This should be leading into an all-in, and it's going to be on Spirit to try to scout this and to try and punish this as well. Let's see if he can. As we do have the main art of drones over towards that goal base. Spawning pools finishing up. Links are on the way. Queens as well soon thereafter. And Spirit is going for a standard Rax expand. If Spirit had been going for a double Rax opener, he would have a massive advantage here. As SHIN would have a really hard time keeping up. But of course, SHIN, he's scattered with his Overlord. He's aware of how safe he is. And he should be able to keep up here with the first Reaper. As, I mean, Spirit, he's still not fully aware of what's going on. Still not aware. Factory on the way. Orbital's being taken. Ling's going to be moving out. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Spirit didn't go for an SCV scout. So a little bit unfortunate. Very risky as well because, again, SHIN, he is known for his aggression. He's known for not being the most standard player here. So Spirit taking a big risk by keeping his Reaper back at home and not scouting anything. Oh my god. Spirit has no idea. He's going for a 3cc. He's going for an economic opener. And again, like, he just won't be able to get a read, punish, or even scout his opponent for quite some time until the Hellions come out. As for now, yeah, SHIN, he's getting away with this. He's spreading his creep. He's droning up, getting a massive economic lead. Now, when it comes to his aggression, now that we're getting saturated, I was curious if we're going to throw down a Baneliness or a Roach Warren. There we go, 3 minute 20 Roach Warren. We are getting into a Roach Rush. Very fast Warren there from SHIN. And this is what I spoke about. Like, typically when you take this goal base, it is to just get into aggression as quickly as possible. Oh, the Reaper. Reaper is going to be shut down. Ooh, does get picked off. Spirit still hasn't scattered across the map. He does see the creep, and that's a tell. Creep should not be this far out unless the goal base has been taken. We're getting into a 3cc 111. Banshee production on the way. This is ideal against a Roach Rush. We will have these Banshees out in time to deal with those Roaches as they come across the map. And for now, SHIN's droning. He's actually working towards a lair. I mean, he scouted. Like, SHIN, he did scout the tech lab on that starport. He's fully aware of Banshees that are on the way. I'm very curious what the plan is here for SHIN. He's taken a couple of gases, only 2 gases though. I imagine this is going to be for Roach speed, but we'll see what's going to be done. Spores are being thrown down as we speak. Just to make sure that our bases are safe here against the Banshees. Likewise, Shin, he also saw the timing of the third CC, so he knows it's an economic opener. He knows his opponent isn't being too aggressive. The push is coming, and we'll see if Shin can keep up. Again, he's got all the information he needs. Roaches are coming out just in time, and it's going to be on Shin to try to keep up with the movement here of Spirit. The downside is that the creep is not connecting the bases. Not yet. Feels like we have missed a couple of those tumors. As a result, we haven't quite made it to the natural. Banshee getting some extra damage done. Lair has finished. Ooh. There we go. The Overseer gets here just in time to shut down that Banshee. Now, Shin did make a wave of Lings, but he's still droning behind this. So I'm getting some mixed signals. I'm not fully aware if Shin wants to all in or not. He is pushing, don't get me wrong. But he did make an extra wave of workers. There we go. Fourth base is on the way. And we are looking to threaten that third base. What do we have at home to defend? We still have only Hellions and Marines. Oh. Oh my god, we're looking for a surround. And we do catch some of those Hellions. Good control so far. Spirit does pull away. The boys have to be pulled. The boys are evacuated from the third base, but that's going to be a kill on every single Hellion. The Roaches have arrived. The Queens as well. We do have a lot of Marines. Tank comes out just in time. And we should be able to hold on. Biles, they do take down the depot in the end. Could be rebuilt. Ravagers are on the way. And Shinny's droning. Like, he doesn't have to commit. He doesn't have to break the natural. He's droning behind this. He's getting further and further ahead. His Roach Ravager timing was strong. And from here, he just has to contain. Just has to delay the expansion for as long as possible. Yeah, the Queens are waddling back home. The eBays are a little bit exposed, but Spirit is going to be able to repair and keep them alive for now. Oh, the contamination! You love to see it. Contamination on armor. Gonna slow it down. Unfortunately, not on attack. But regardless, from here, Shin, he's drawn up to, what, 60 plus workers, soon to be 70. Infestation bits on the way for a hive tech for even safety infestors for fungal growth. Like, Shin, he's sitting pretty. And Spirit is stuck at home. He lost his Banshee. He still has one additional Banshee, but he lost his Hellions as well. He is going for a drop across time, and he needs to. He needs to drop. He needs to assert some pressure here to Shin. And we'll see what he can get done. Gonna try and slow down some of this creep. But the army's in position. The drop is deflected. Bailey Ness is on the way, so we can see that Shin, he's going to be diversifying his army, getting into Lingbane Roach Ravager, working towards that hive as well. There it is, safety infestors are on the way. We do catch two Queens. Very nicely done. Oh god! As we also bleed out a couple of Marines, but the Queen count wasn't high to begin with, so yeah, killing any Queens does slow down the creep. Oh. The Wilds. Don't quite connect it with the drops. But again, behind this, Shin, he's on the cusp of maxing out Hive, almost done at this point, to get into Adrenal and even Vipers. Vipers are going to be the big power spike here for Shin. Once he gets the Vipers out, he can, of course, Blinding Cloud the tanks and push into the third base again for a second time. The tank line is the only thing keeping Spirits alive and keeping him in this. Oh, we're actually getting into Ultras. Okay. Working towards an Ultra-based army. It's very hit and miss. Another Queens! Not again! We do land a Fungal, but we don't quite catch the Marines, so the Medivacs will escape. There it is. Vipers are in production. Shin has finally joined up to 81. If you, the one criticism here for Shin is that he could have joined up to 80 a lot sooner. Much sooner. Could have been a lot more greedier. But alas, he has been very tentative and been very careful about just droning up too much and making sure he has an army. I don't blame him. I do feel like he probably expected an earlier move out from Spirit. And now he is pushing Spirit. He has a pretty comparable army. Ooh, a lane run by those, catching that third base, forcing Spirit to turn back around. He's going to slow down that push, giving Shin more time to remax. Double drop into the natural base. Push is being cleaned up. Drones are going down. Pretty good damage dealt here to Shin. I believe the Ultra Cavern has the spotted job coming in once again. Do we have the vials? We do. We do notice Spirit is looking. He does pull away, and here comes the main army. Shin is out of position, by the way. He dragged his entire army back home to defend. The Infestors! No! One Infestor goes down. There's only one left. Oh my god, barely does escape. But again, Spirit, he may be on 3 bases, but he's taking a 4th behind this. He's maxed out. The drops are still forcing Shin to keep supply back at home. Yeah, we have the scan. Does reveal the lack of army. Vipers are finally on the way. Oh no! As the drop is cleaned up. And here we go, we're pushing in. Only from one angle. Do we have enough though? Decent blinding clouds, and it looks like, yeah, the blinding clouds will cover most of the tanks. At the same time, a massive link counterattack. We take down 11 ACVs and we go for the planetary. Can we bring down the planetary? It's going to be close. It's going to be very close, and it looks like it barely will go down. GG gets called. Spirit is going to be broken, and Shin takes game number 1. Whew. Getting away with the gold base, completely uncontested. A free gold from Shin, and he snowballed out of control. Because of that gold base, he was able to hit that much harder and faster with his roach push, and he was able to take control of Spirit's third, contain him, and get ahead. And even though Spirit was able to max out, we saw that, sure, he was maxed, but with a Marine tank army against Vipers, against Hive Tech, Ultras as well. And here we go in the bottom right-hand corner for Mystery Gaming, Shin. In the top left, for PSISTORM Gaming, we have Spirit. And what I mean by going up against Hive Tech, basically Spirit, he had a mid-tier army. He had Marines, a couple of Marauders and tanks, and against Vipers and Ultras and all these spellcasters, we did need something more there, whether it's Liberators or Ghosts. I mean, I say that basically we needed to tech up even further. We needed a better economy. You know, it would lead into a longer game. But because Spirit was so behind, he had to push out then and there. And yeah, it just was an uphill battle. An uphill battle for Spirit, just because Shin got away with so much early on. Meanwhile, we have the Spirit special. It is a CC first. Spirit, he is well known for this. For those that maybe don't watch a lot of Spirit, in TVZ, something that he has a bit of a reputation for is how greedy he can be against Zerg. And CC first, this is a little bit iconic to Spirit. He's probably the pro player that does this most often than any other Terran out there in the world. Some players mix it in every now and then. Like we've seen, I want to say Bjorn. Is going CC first before. Cure, definitely, he's done it before. But they mix it in like every now and then, like once every couple of series, whereas Spirit does it once every series. It's crazy, Bobby, crazy. And he should be able to get away with it. Oh my god, as Shin, likewise, going for he's going gasless. Let's go. So the greedy openers make a lot of sense here on Golden Aura. Both players are cutting corners. Both players are just cutting as many corners as they can. And Dark has been a bit of a pioneer on Golden Aura. The reason for this, if you're familiar with the previous map pool on Neo Humanity, because the base was so defensible, very often, more often than not, Zerg players would cut gases and actually just go straight to a third base, defend with only queens, essentially, because it was so difficult for Hellions to get any damage done, because there are so few attack paths, and because the attack paths that are available are so narrow, it's so difficult for Hellions to really threaten the bases, so you don't need link speed. You don't need earlier gases. Now, this playstyle from Shin should lead into roaches as well later on. Because we're skipping link speed, may as well just avoid it entirely and get into roach production once we get up to 2 base saturation, once we get 2 gases up and running. So Shin, he's just droning. As I was mentioning before, he should only be defending with queens, and there's that roach one on the way. This roach one is a little bit earlier than normal. So very interesting here. I'm curious if Shin plans on pushing anytime soon, as he's up against a 3cc build. So again, usually we would delay this roach one a little bit further and just be a little bit greedier, but Shin, he's trying to take a safer approach, as we are just saturating our bases. Again, for those wondering, on Golden, what I was alluding to is because the entry towards the natural and the third base, because they're so narrow, you can't get away with just queens. Just queens to defend. As long as your movement and your positioning is on point, you can get away with it. It can be difficult, definitely, especially at lower levels, or even at higher levels. You can see some Terran players still try to pull apart the Zerg defense, but it's just so much more difficult on this map. Here we go. We do have 3cc Banshee from Spirit. Very similar to the previous game, outside of course, the CC first. And we are just getting into the swing of things. Again, Shin making roaches really early on. This is a little bit unnecessary. To me, this tells me that Shin is just a little bit scared and just trying to be really safe. In being safe, he isn't cutting as many corners as he otherwise could. Lair has been spotted. 4-minute 20 lair timing, or 4-minute-ish lair timing. Pretty solid here to get to roach speed. Hellions are looking for a dive. But they do run into this army. And something that I did just notice here, as we do get a couple of drones, not too bad. Something I do notice is that Shin actually cut queens. I guess that's why he went into a fast roach warren, because he didn't go up to 8 queens. I think he's got like 4 instead, which is surprising to me, especially against a Banshee-based opener. So yeah, because that we don't have as many queens, which does now make sense why we got into faster roaches if we're staying on a light queen count. There we go. We're now getting into additional queens here as the game progresses. Third base is getting saturated. And oh, here we go. We have taken extra gases and we have a Spire on the way. Bold move here from Shin. Bold move. Spire's on the way, 4 mutas. Likewise, Spirit is building himself up on 3 bases. We have 4 more Raxes in production. I think that's around 6 in total for now. 5 or 6. There's Baneley Nest as well, so Ling Bane Muta. Yeah, really interesting tech path here. So the reason why I say it's really interesting for Shin is because he opened up roaches, he skipped link speed, but because he's going into mutas, it's like a really like hard shift here in tech, which means he has to go back into link speed, and he's not investing into roaches at all. No roach speed, no plus on range, nothing. So yes, Shin is trying to catch Spirit completely off guard. Like, the last thing Spirit expects in this game state is mutas. Here we go, the Banshees, they do threaten the bases. So the Observer's just pointing out that we haven't scattered all of these gases, and we haven't scattered the tech. Again, so far, everything that Spirit has seen is leading into a heavy Roach Ravager-based composition, just like Game 1. And Shin, he's playing with the series, he's playing with his opponent. Mutas are now on the way. Oh, Queens are getting caught out. But this is worth it for Shin. He loses a Queen, that's true. He didn't kill a Banshee, but he weakened them, and this is going to deter them from going in for a deeper scout. They're just on the edges of creep. They catch a couple of Lings. Mutas have popped out, and they're on the way. And there's nothing at home. I mean, there are Marines, don't get me wrong, Marines with stim, but no missile turrets, so SCVs are vulnerable. And there we go, the Marines. Sorry, the Mutas, they have revealed themselves. They force out a stim. Stim doesn't quite catch a Muta. Turrets are now on the way, and we go straight for the main base. Oh, the turret finishes just in time. Oh my god. Such fast reactions here out of Spirits. He still loses a couple of SCVs, but again, really nice reactions. As these mutas have not paid for themselves. Only 3 worker kills, and I think that was for like 1 or 2 mutas. Oh, as Shin is even supply blocked. Uh-oh. And here comes the push. Shin, he's trying to slow it down, maybe even baiting out another stim. That would be ideal. There it is. Do you get the stim? Does take down the Overseer. Shin rotating around trying to catch reinforcements. Because he went muta, this also means that his upgrades are delayed. He doesn't have 1-1. He's on 0-0. Here comes the army of Spirit pushing towards the 4th base. And it's being evacuated. Shin, he cannot keep up. Not like this. 1-1 is 10 seconds away. I believe Bailing Speed should be finishing up as well. Ah, the missed rally. Mutas are getting caught out. And this Mutaflock just hasn't done anything across the map. It delays reinforcements, I guess, but the base did fall. You can see Shin wants to collapse on this army. He gets like, oh no! He gets a couple of Marines, but he loses the Muta. Doesn't get the tank. Oh, he's taking the he's crazy. He's taking the gold. Which is spotted by Spirit. He has topped up his Banshees. He's gonna shut it down. Does force a cancel. I'm hoping that that was a kill, not a cancel. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, there it is. Dead hatchery there for Shin. Spirit just forcing his way into the natural. He shuts down the Roach Warren. The mutas, they're designed to pick off reinforcements. They're designed to pick off workers as well. They have done neither. Here we go. Shin, he has maxed out. He collapses on the army. He goes for a full surround. Or he tries to come in first round. Does get the tanks. Barely gets every single tank. But does he have enough? The Marines, they stim forward. No Bailings are left. No Bailings. Reinforcements are on the way. Shin, can he hold on here as he cannot engage with the army? Yeah, the Marines, they stim on forward into the natural base. Reinforcements are on the way. Spirit, he's snowballing out of control. Here come the Bailings. But the split is too good. The spread is too good. And we're fighting back. I would love an ace match. The Marines, they sudden setback was a good target firing on the mutas. Oh my god. Trading so damn well. Only 3 mutas remain. Marines, they're just stimming from across the map. They do deny +2 carapace. Evo Chamber went down. +2 melee is under threat as well, and it will not finish. And Spirit, again, he's just outscaling Shin at this point. More mutas are going down, not trays that Shin can afford. And GG is going to get called. Spirit will take game number 2. And we're tied up 1-1. Oh, GG. GG, well played. I feel robbed, Poppy. I want an ace match. I want a game 3 between those two. That was a wild series. Here in that second game, Shin was just being a little bit too fancy. I do think he did a good job at hiding the tech. He hid the Spire for the entire time there until the mutas were across the map. If you remember, the mutas revealed themselves outside the natural at the 4th base location. And as soon as the mutas got spotted, bam, immediately missile turrets. Missile turrets were thrown down in the main, on the production, in the natural, at the 3rd base. And it only took a couple of seconds there, but Shin, he took a little bit too long to push towards the natural, towards the main. By the time he did, the turrets were done, and Shin did no damage. He killed 3 SCVs, 3 workers for those mutas, and he doubled down on muta production. And the problem is, it isn't just that you're investing into mutas, it's that you're not investing in your ground army. He was lacking in Evo Chamber upgrades, he was lacking with 1-1 and eventually 2-2. He also started off with roaches as well. He just was not set up for the counterattack, and GG, well played. We're getting ready for that second series. Looks like once again, no cams here as we dive straight into game 1. In the top right hand corner for Mystery Gaming, it is Bunny. And in the bottom left, we have for PSISTORM Gaming, it is MaxPax. Now, I mentioned before that Spirit was playing tonight in ESL Masters, and I believe MaxPax is as well. So both Spirit and MaxPax's games have been played via replays. Now, what is a little bit scary and concerning about this is that if this series goes to the ace match, what's concerning is that it's very likely that both Spirit and MaxPax won't be available to actually play in the ace match as well. So they won't be available picks for the players. This has happened before. This happened last week with Clem. Clem wasn't available for Team Liquid, so he couldn't come out. I think Kira came out as the ace player instead. But that is something to bear in mind if the series does go the distance. So far MaxPax being as annoying as possible, tasing away at that wall. Again, MaxPax, the ace player of PSISTORM Gaming, the best Protoss in Europe, coming in as the heavy favorite, looking to take a lead and extend that lead for his team. Bunny, though, he's no slouch. Bunny has been improving over the past couple of weeks. He is, of course, a returning player. Did retire for a little bit, or I say retire, not officially, but he stepped away. He stepped away from the game for quite some time. Recently coming back, and yeah, has been looking good. Has been definitely improving. He's been having some good runs in GSL, good performances over this year, over the past couple of seasons. And we'll see if he can somehow surpass one of the best Protoss in the world, if not the best Protoss. So far, it is going to be a double gas opener into a delayed expansion, so faster factory out of Bunny. A lot more of an aggressive opener from our Terran player. Meanwhile, MaxPax is going for a... Oh my god! MaxPax is going for a Twilight Council opener. That is a hidden armory. We're going for a Hellbat push? No shot. This should be for a Widowmine drop, right? Part of me... Okay, there's a couple of things. Oh, we get in! No shot. Okay, we don't commit to the scout. We have seen Hellbat all-ins in this matchup from Dolan before, and I think Oliveira as well, but this should be for a mine drop, right? Yeah. My brain just went straight to Hellbats, but this should be for a mine drop. As the Cyclone is on the way to help defend, this should be leading into Widowmines as well. It's going to be wild if he starts up anything else. This is when we go like full Euthermal. We go full Wait, if Euthermal is here, we'd see like a Thor drop. There it is. Drilling Claws. We're doubling down even. It's not just an armory drop. Okay, we have Drilling Claws as well. This is wild. So Bunny, he's not just doubling down on this mine drop. He is tripling down on the mine drop. This needs to get damage done. We're going to need detection, and we're going to need very fast reactions here from MaxPax to keep his mineral line alive. And we'll see if Bunny can pull this off. Now, because we're committing so hard to this, there are going to be multiple drops. We're going to be seeing 3, 4 mine drops coming out. Just to keep this going. At least we should. We should see multiple mine drops. And so far, MaxPax, he is in the dark. He hasn't been able to scout the main base. He's going for his own blink, of course. Was a Twilight Council. I did miss the gateway count. I want to say that we're on 3 gates. But we could be on 4. If we're on 4 gates, then Bunny's in trouble. Because Bunny will not have a lot to defend. He will have 0 tanks. 0 tanks to defend against the Blink Stalkers. But again, I'm unawares as to how many gateways were thrown down. I still want to say 3, but we shall see. We got 1 gateway in the main. I think we have 2 gateways at the natural, so 3 in total. Reaper will fall. We dive in with the mine drop. Up. Oh my god, they burrow so quickly. Oh my god. 8 workers go down. The quick burrows, Papi. Medevac is going to be shut down. We burrow just in time as well. And yeah, it was 3-gate blink, which is not as aggressive, but detection arrives. Wow, we get the observer just in time. 8 worker kills is good, don't get me wrong, but unlucky that there just happens to already be an observer ready for this. And Bunny, he's coming in with another drop. And there's a third medevac as well. So here we go. We're pushing towards that natural base. MaxPax with a 3-gate blink. He does have enough to assert himself and be aggressive. He shouldn't be committing. Oh, as he looks like he did take down the tank. Uh-oh. Mine drop does come in. A couple of worker kills. Not bad. But the tank went down. We go straight for the bunker as well. Mine shot's not looking amazing. And MaxPax is gaining control of the natural. The boys are being pulled. Tank comes out, but the tank is going to be soon out of range. Second tank is on the way. Widow Mines will not reset. But MaxPax is getting so much damage done. He's getting so much damage done to the base itself as well. Gets a medevac. Expensive losses here for Bunny, and I don't think it's been worth it. I don't think the mine drop has been worth it quite yet, especially because MaxPax can make 3 workers at a time. He blinks behind the gas geyser. He can take down more SCVs. He's just hindering the economy of his opponent. Takes down the medevac as well. Bunny's in a lot of trouble. Now, Bunny thankfully has a bunker on the high ground as well, just in case we do blink into the main. And MaxPax is going right for it. Dives onto the main base. We have the bunker, which buys some time, but it still will fall. We get the bunker, we can get a depot. Oof. Good tank bullies. We do punish MaxPax for a moment. Third TC is on the way. Now, worker-wise, MaxPax doesn't actually have the biggest lead. I did assume that he would get even more SCVs at the natural, but he barely didn't. So because of that, the economy is pretty comparable here. I'm curious, though, because... Oh, so we do get into the mineral line. I'm curious, though, because we still don't have a third TC. Okay, there we go. Never mind. Third TC is on the way for Bunny. He's not going for a 2-base all-in. He catches the Prism! Big moment. A big moment here for Bunny. He is fighting back. He's down 10 workers, but he has mules. And, mate, he has quite a lot of Marines here. Oh, is that tank stuck? I hope not. Here we go. We saved it. We saved it with the medevac. Vamonos. We are up to 4 tanks. Observer is on top of the natural, so if we do have a move out, MaxPax will see it ahead of time. Bay is done. Colossi are on the way. Looks like we are only moving out to just get in position for the third base. Oh, we do pick off a couple of stalkers. And this push is actually pretty terrifying. There is going to be a Colossus, soon to be a second Colossus in time for this, though. For a moment there, I was like, am I blind? Did we cancel the CC? No, it's being landed at the third base. Triangular third. I thought we were going to take the linear third. Taking the forward third base instead. Bunny maintaining his economy, but he is forced to turn back around because of these zealots. Does have to turn back, and yeah, Bunny looks like he wants to hit a later timing instead. He's working on +1. He's going for some drop play. For the most part, he's staying at home, and we're getting into the mid game. It was a chaotic start with mine drop into, of course, 3-gate blink counterattack. Very chaotic, but we are calming things down. Bunny is moving out with a lot of his army, though. He is keeping a couple units back at home, and there we go. He does come across the Zealot run by. He's able to keep up with it. Widowmine's going to be going off. Bunny is going to keep on pushing. I believe he kept most of his tanks back at home. I don't think he's pushing with them. I believe they are being kept here at the... Yeah, there we go. Yeah, they're being kept at the third base. So Bunny only just applying some light pressure here with his drops. Doesn't have to commit. Yeah, he's got a 4 CC on the way. Working on 2-2. And there's 3 Colossi on top of this ramp. There's no way we can push into this. We're going to try. Yeah. It's not going to happen. Big mine shots here on the Zealots at least. But we have detection. And we clean up the Widow mines. Oh my god. Not just the mines, also some of these Marines and Marauders. But here comes the push. This time with tanks. +1 is lined up with this. Oh, and the Colossi are going to be stuck in a really awkward position. They're behind the tanks. The tanks are exposed. 1, 2 of them go down straight away. A really awkward fight here for Bunny, and he's going to be completely cleaned up. The tanks went down, the medivacs as well. And this was it. Like Bunny, he was building up towards that push. He sees the 4th base. He sees the saturation. And MaxPax is now snowballing out of control. I don't think he intended to catch the army like that. So I don't think MaxPax was like, you know, hoping to get behind it and surround, but it just happened to work out that way. And Bunny, he's lost everything here. He has to pull the boys. One final stand for the Korean Terran. He gets 1 Colossus. But GG gets called, and MaxPax will take game number 1. Whew. GG. GG, well played. A wild start from Bunny. A wild start, and it wasn't too bad of a start, but it didn't really get him the lead that he wanted. Didn't get him ahead the way that he really was looking for, and MaxPax was able to stabilize, able to do an amazing amount of counter damage with his Stalkers. And as things went into the mid-game, things were evening up, is what I will say. Things were looking pretty back and forth. Just a very unfortunate push there from Bunny, being caught with his pants down. His tanks were exposed, and his army just crumbled, and now we're getting into game number 2. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Alkione, we have, for Mystery Gaming, Bunny. And in the bottom left, we have, for PSISTORM Gaming, the ace player. It is MaxPax. MaxPax, he does take a lead for his team. PSISTORM, they need 2 more wins here, and MaxPax, he can take them 1 step closer to that victory. Can Mystery Gaming fight back? Can Bunny put another point on the board and even things up? Oh my god, as he does go for the proxy racks in the natural of MaxPax. I thought it was going to be like an eBay block. When I saw the SCV coming in, I thought we were going to be denying the natural, but no, we go straight for the proxy. Now, this is designed to get economic damage done. We can throw down a bunker on the low ground as well to deny mining, to disrupt the economy, to get ahead. As MaxPax is going to be scouting, he does confirm that the Rax is missing. He also sees both gases being taken. So this is a little bit suspect. But the reality is that in this matchup, you can hide the Rax in your own main. That's why MaxPax is checking. He has to check the main. He has to check his opponent's natural and his opponent's 3rd base as well, because Terran players have been known to just throw down their Raxes back at home. Meanwhile, we have a bunker across the map that is a tell. It's not an eBay block. It's a bunker. Yeah, and MaxPax, he's forced to make a Zealot. He doesn't know where the Rax is, but he is aware that aggression is coming. Again, not all in. Oh, he gets a kill! Ay, that was not supposed to happen. Gets a kill on the SCV. Bunny, a little bit distracted, forced to cancel that bunker, and MaxPax, he can expand. He can take his natural. The Reaper is going to be annoying, though. It is going to delay for as long as we can, but from behind, the probe comes in. We get the Nexus. This opener hasn't been worth it so far from Bunny. It was supposed to delay the expansion. It was supposed to get probe kills, and so far it's done neither. We killed the Zealots, I guess. Wait, no, not even. I just assumed the Zealot died, and It should finally go down. Oh, never mind. Never mind, as MaxPax does keep the Zealot alive, and yeah, we've traded 1 for 1. Bunny has to float back home and has to lick his wounds. So not at the start that Bunny was hoping for. Reapers are going to be able to catch this Adept at least. Behind this, we're getting into Cyclones, just to have a secure setup and just to maintain control of the map itself. Good timing on the Shade. Oh my god, able to avoid the Loco and avoid that Cyclone. And behind this is a Stargate opener. Stargate not into Oracles, into Phoenixes. With this Robo follow-up, I imagine this is going to be Phoenix Colossus and not Phoenix Charge. As the Reaper does dive in, is going to be shut down by the Phoenix alongside the Stalker. Getting a really nice cleanup here from MaxPax. Bunny back at home throwing down additional Raxes. He's not going for a mech or anything crazy like that. It is just Cyclone play. And again, he's able to at least catch a couple of units here in the center. Not bad. He does have a 3-1-1 setup back at home. Getting into Vikings, and he's already going to be pushing. Or at least, again, vying for map control. MaxPax, no fear, he takes a third. Should be seeing a shield battery momentarily as well. Immortal production has commenced. A safety Immortal here from MaxPax, and we should be seeing a Bay. We should be seeing a Robotics Bay thrown down alongside this. Start working towards Colossi. It would be quite expensive and quite late here if we did throw down a Twilight Council to like transition into charge. And there it is. Robotics Bay is now on the way for MaxPax. So Phoenix Colossus, which again was very trendy and very meta in the last map pool. In this one, we haven't seen it as much. We've been seeing more Phoenix Charge lots or Blink Stalker heavy play. So yeah, it feels good to be kind of back to what we're used to. I'm sure a lot of Terran players are lamenting this. They're like, oh, great. It's Phoenix Colossus. Let's go. Let's go. But, you know, it's safe. It's secure. It's a really robust way to open up and be safe on 3 bases. Phoenixes get across the map. They're going to get a couple of SCVs without losing anything. Behind this, the first Colossus is on the way, and right now MaxPax is just containing his opponent. That's the power of Phoenix Colossus. The Phoenixes, they give you map control, they contain the opponent, they shut down drop play, and they get eyes on any move out. And the Colossi, they keep you safe against any bio-based pushes. So again, MaxPax is very secure on 3 bases. Mind Shot goes off. Not bad. Doesn't kill anything, but does get a lot of damage done. Meanwhile, Bunny is just building up his forces. We'll see if he decides to... I mean, he's going to be hitting a timing with Stim, Combat Shields, and +1. We'll see if he throws down a 3rd CC or if he pulls the boys. He should be expanding on location as he is moving out. I imagine he's going to throw down a 3rd CC. As my eyes are just glued onto... Oh, let's go! They're glued onto that minimap, and I believe it's just reinforcements on the way. I don't think we've pulled anything quite yet. Yeah. And here we go. We go for the scan. We're pushing in. Boy. Raven is available. So far, we're finding our way up the ramp. Tank does siege. Again, here and now, Bunny has to try to either break the 3rd or break the natural base, or trade with the army. As he does push forward. Big tank volley goes off. Shield battery goes down. No overcharge. MaxPax, he's in a bit of trouble. Raven going to be threatening a dive. Oh, it does go down. Gets one disable off. And the boys are being pulled. It looks like Bunny, he has too much. He takes down the Colossus. The other just, it does nothing. It cannot engage. And it looks like Bunny does take down the third base. And Bunny takes game number 2, tying things up. GG. GG, well played again. The fact that the shield battery wasn't able to really impact that game at all. There was no overcharge. The disable was massive. I was really concerned that the Raven was going to die before the disable, but Bunny was so patient. He was so patient with that disable, with that Raven. Actually sent it off very last minute, very last second there, just to get as much time on it as he could. And yeah, really well done. Really well timed push there. Again, I was totally expecting a drone pool, or sorry, an SCV pool with that. Apparently, he didn't even need the SCVs. Did have enough. GG, GG. And now this is a little bit more up in the air. It comes down to this best of 2, a PvP between Strange and Gerald, and this is going to be an interesting one. On paper, Geralt is a more well-rounded player. You know, if I'm talking about the strength of a player like Geralt, I would rate higher than Strange. This is true. But specifically for a PvP, we could see an ace match. And I mentioned before, the worrisome thing about an ace match is that PSISTORM Gaming may not have the deepest roster. If we do go 1-1, if we go to game 7, Spirit and MaxPax, they're focusing on ESL matches at the moment. You know, they're focusing on their matches, and they may not be available for it. So this is gonna get really wild, really close, really wild. As yeah, I believe Spirit versus Hero Marine is currently ongoing, and you know, MaxPax is right after that as well. There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure on Geralt. There's a lot of pressure on Geralt in this best of 2, and also in the eventual potential best of 1. In that ace match. For now, we're going to be going on a short break, and when we come back, we should have our PvP. See you soon. Oh. Oh boy, I hope you took that time to massage your Marines, to stretch your roaches and all that good stuff, because very little time has passed. Our players are indeed ready to dive into this PvP. Oh, no waiting, not this time. I was a little bit concerned that, you know, we may have to find some time there to find our players, but no, we're just diving right into this. And in the top left hand corner for Mystery Gaming, it is Strange, aka Superman. And in the bottom right, we have for PSISTORM Gaming, Gerald. Here we go. Predictions are open. Predictions are open for a minute or so, so best of luck. Place your bets. Place your bets on how you think this series will progress. That's such a weird stat. Strange hasn't won a single map until last week, where he 2-0 trigger. That's what I mean. Like, again, Strange, he is definitely someone to respect in a PvP. You do have to be careful against him. You do have to, you know, take things for granted. Let's go, Gerald. So, fun fact, Kuro knows this. Kuro knows in the production. Gerald, every single PvP we've casted from Gerald this year, in a series, at some point, he goes for a proxy Stargate. And it looks like he's going right for it, making a beeline for the top right-hand corner of the map. Proxy Stargate should be on the horizon for Gerald. It is what he is known for. It's what he's very fond of in this matchup. I don't know why. There are times where even it doesn't do damage, but like he just doubles down on it. Pylon's going to be thrown down. We'll see if he commits to that Stargate. For now, back at home, getting into his double gate opener. Likewise, so is Strange. Everything is looking as it should. We're still waiting for our kind of units of choices here. As we're waiting for the Cyber Core to finish up. Second pylon, or the pylon in the main, has been missed here, as Strange is being a little bit cheeky, sneaking out that pylon. And there's that proxy Stargate. As we mentioned, this is just well known for Geralt in PvP every single series, and sometimes every game in a series. Proxy Stargate, non-stop. It isn't all in. It's a way to get ahead economically. It's a way to get economic damage done, and to get ahead in that way. You're not doubling down, and you're not going all in by any means. As Geralt is coming in for a scout, and does confirm that the pylons are all in the main, for the most part. There's an extra pylon in the main base of Geralt. I mean, I guess they are all in the main, in a way, in a main base. Robo's on the way. Let's go. Strange. With that Robo, we have a lot of potential for damage here, for aggression, I should say. We can go for a third gateway and a warp prism. We can start early immortal production as well. We can go in a couple of different directions. Regardless, neither player is expanding, not yet. Commit to the shade, but so far the wall is strong. Shield battery is thrown down in the main base of Strange. He is covering his mineral line. And the pylon in the main of Geralt still has not been scouted. He barely doesn't see. He doesn't see, he does not know. Second shield battery on the way for Strange. And there it is. The Adepts are warped in straight to the main base. Even though there's a shield battery, 2 Adepts, 1-shot workers. As long as you line them up correctly, as long as you control correctly, Geralt is going to lose probes. And because of the shield battery in the main base of Strange, he shouldn't lose any workers to the Oracle. There we go. Probes are going down one after the other, forcing a recall as well. Oh my god. This is already becoming a bit too much. 5 workers. We're going to get 6. Can we get 7? 6 workers for now. Strange does take an economic lead. Forces the activation of the Pulsar Beam. And with that, Strange now has confirmation that it was a proxy Stargate. He knows 100% it was a Stargate. And we have a Prism on the way. Strange, he throws down a third gateway. He's going for a 1 base all-in. 1 base all-in from Strange. Hopefully Geralt doesn't expand. He has the money for it. And I think he may be going for that Nexus one. Really, we should... Yeah, he's going for the expansion. Oh, no. Yeah, he hasn't scouted. Geralt, he doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't know how committed Strange is. As we're sending it across the map, Geralt, he's expanding. He's working on his economy. He's got an Immortal on the way, thankfully. Geralt, he has his own safety Immortal. That will help. But so far, still hasn't seen the tech. But these Oracles, they should have seen the lack of expansion. So with that, Geralt, he knows more or less what's going on. There we go. Revelation does reveal the Robo. And Geralt, he needs some shield batteries. We've got 1 on the low ground. Is that 1 shield battery enough? Here we go. We're pushing in. The force field. No! We catch 2 Stalkers. 2 of them go down instantly. Almost half the Stalkers here of Geralt gone. Now, Strange is expanding. But he can threaten the natural base. Yeah, he forces a cancel. Ay, ay, ay. And Geralt, he's in a really rough position. This is not going his way. Adepts, they shade into the main base. They focus on 3 workers already. Like Geralt, he was already behind in the economy. And now we can threaten the gateways. It's an uphill battle here for Geralt. Again, it all started with the pylon in the main. It continued with Geralt just not really able to confirm what his opponent was doing on 1 base. And Strange, he's just securing himself. He's got Blink on the way, Twilight Council. Natural base up and running. Strange making 2 workers at a time. He's just getting further and further ahead. And he's getting more probes. We don't even need more probes, but we're getting them anyway. It's 5 workers going down. And Geralt, he's completely all in himself. The turns have tabled. It's all or nothing. Now, Geralt, he has a comparable army supply. It's comparable. He has 2 Immortals. And these 2 Oracles as well. he can make some magic happen. There's a world where if he's able to, I don't know, catch part of this army in a stasis trap, maybe Gerald can take a fight. Back at home, Strange, he's reacting with shield batteries. He's aware of how committed his opponent is. Gerald, he's throwing down his natural and a bay behind this. Trying to rush into disruptors. That is the way to come back. No, but the Adepts, they get in again for a third time. They get into the main. Immortal drop into the main base of Strange as well. At the same time, Gerald getting ready to push in with his main army. He's hoping to pull Strange apart. Depowers the Robo. I mean, Gerald, he's doing well for himself, but Strange is keeping up. Oh, it's another kill on another pylon. No! We blink on top of the army, the stasis trap goes off, and these Immortals, they're going to town. I mean, Gerald's able to make some magic happen here, but no, he does get trapped. Stalkers are falling at the natural. A couple of things went Gerald's way, but alas, it's still an uphill battle. There's still so much working against him, and the Immortals, they're abandoned. They got to go down. GG gets called, and Strange will take game number 1. Ooh. And looks like Geralt is going to need a moment here, and I don't blame him. The pressure is on... drink the water. The pressure is on here, and... yeah, Geralt, he needs to win this game to force the ace match. And I mentioned before that if we do head to the ace match, I'm concerned. I'm concerned for PSISTORM if it goes in that way, in that direction. But I get it. I mean, it has to if they want to win this. Meanwhile, Strange needs one more win here to take it all for Mystery Gaming. We have our map of choice. Radizet Station. Okay. Let's go here. Makes a lot of sense. Radizet Station, of course, a very defensive map and a way for Gerald to kind of bypass all this early aggression and try to get into a stable economy, a stable mid game, maybe even a stable late game. Clearly, this shows us what Gerald wants out of this PvP. Can Strange deny that? Can Strange somehow break the defenses and kill Geralt or cripple Geralt early on again? Here we go. Meanwhile, when it comes to, I'm also trying to get a read on what else is happening in ESL Masters. Okay, so depending on how fast or how slow this next game is, like MaxPax, he may be available, but here we go in the top right hand corner for Mystery Gaming. It is Strange. And in the bottom left, we have his opponents for PSISTORM Gaming. We have Gerald. And again, I shouldn't get too ahead of myself. You know, when it comes to the ace match, Gerald, he needs to win this game to force that. But, you know, we have to deal with what's ahead of us first. And can he take that game? Can he force the ace match? Here and now, the pressure is on. Meanwhile, Strange, he's chilling. He's lying back in his chair. He's staying hydrated. We have gateways being thrown down on the high ground. And Radizet Station is an interesting one. Again, the map itself is very defendable. There are so many bases you can take for free. You can take your, you have a pocket base as your third. You have a fourth base that's also very well defended with a very narrow choke point leading into it. Choke points leading into it even. But do these advantages really help out here in this mirror matchup? Sorry, I was just sneezing. I was just sneezing, but it's okay. It's okay. We're good. As we are getting into this, there is a lot of room to kind of work with and to try to proxy, definitely. Proxies are an option. I'm curious if Gerald does decide to go for another proxy Stargate. It's what he's known for, but it was unsuccessful in that first game. So we'll see if he does kind of divert his attention here in game number 2. But now, 2 gate openers all around, and what are our units of choice going to be? Gerald's going double adept. Oh my god, okay. Gerald, he wants to be the aggressor here with double adept. We could even double down and go for a second wave of adepts behind this as well. A third and fourth, fifth and even sixth adept to get across the map and to get economic damage done. Strange instead going for double stalker, a much more solid composition in a head-to-head fight. Strange will come out on top. He will fight for map control and have units to help defend against something like a proxy Stargate as well. Oh, as both players delay their expansions, both players tech up, we have a Twilight Council of Strange. It's going to be for Blink, and Gerald is going for a Stargate back at home. Okay. So again, clearly Gerald, he wants to get an economic lead with these adepts and with the eventual oracles as well. Again, that Stargate should be for oracle production. As the adepts threaten his shade, but so far Strange, he keeps up. He shuts down the adepts. And so far he is able to keep up with the movement here of Gerald. Oh, we commit. We do get a probe. And we're able to avert disaster. There was only one stalker in position. And we will force the shield battery to finish as well. But with Blink on the way, that's a third gateway. Strange is going for a one-base all-in. Strange is going for an all-in. A bold move here on Radiz's station. That's a proxy pylon. Potentially a fourth gateway to be thrown down across the map. And Gerald is responding with a safety sentry and a robo as well. I love this from Gerald. He's aware that aggression is coming. With that robo, he gains access to early game immortals. He's still expanding. Oh, can he hold on to it though? I don't think. Yeah, he can't hold on to it. He cancels. He realizes that something is wrong, that his opponent hasn't expanded. And Gerald, he's going to try to hold on to his main. Again, with the completion of this robo, he's going to have an immortal. He should have a shield battery on the high ground. The station trap, oh! Does catch a couple of probes and a stalker. Not bad. Now, if Strange ever does get high ground vision, he can blink up into the main. And here we go, he's pushing. Should be checking the natural. He sees the lack of expansion. Ooh, probe goes down and the stalkers are being distracted. They do shut down the probe at least. But no high ground vision, and that immortal is going to pop. And with the arrival of that immortal, Strange should be expanding. Good force fields here from Gerald. Throwing down 2 more gateways, getting up to 4 gates. And yeah, Strange, with that stalker warp in back at home, clearly he wants to expand. I mean, he should be expanding from here. He's going to try and trade, though. Good blinks overall. Popping those shields. Second immortal in production. Strange, can he pull this off so far? He takes down one of the gateways. Going for the other. And he's going to be able to get the second gateway as well. Not too bad. At the same time, Oracle gets across the map. 2 Oracles even, and they wreak havoc. They get 7 worker kills. Oh, Strange taking a big blow to his economy. That's huge, actually. 7 workers going down. Strange, now he can't really afford to expand even if he wanted to. Oh, Gerald supply blocked. A brutal moment for that. I kind of want to give the edge to Gerald at the moment. I feel like he has the stronger army, and I feel like soon, once he gets a War Prism, he's going to be pushing. And he's going in once again, taking down so many probes. Will finally lose one of his oracles, but it's been worth it. That's what, 11 workers for 1 oracle. Gerald with a massive economic lead. And Strange cannot push in. not into 2 Immortals, and not let alone 3. I do think this is the best chance for Strange. If Gerald tries to push down, force field the ramp. If we can force field the ramp and slice up the army, then Strange can win a fight. But we are heavily reliant on that. You can see Strange trying to expand, but he's still behind in the economy, still down in workers. Observer comes out, we see the sentry. And yeah, Gerald, he's looking good. Like, sure, he may be down a base, but he can break free. Like, there's no problem here. We can push through. We can see that we're going to be... Yeah, we're going to try and elevate her down to the low ground. Yeah, we're dropping the Immortals off. We are breaking free, and here we go. How good are the force fields? Decent force fields, but we have the Immortals on the low ground. And we can force back the army. Gerald, he has broken through. And now we need to push. We need to send that back. We need to push across the map. Gateway's going to be shut down. Very delicate micro here from Strange. Working through those rocks. It looks like he wants to go for a big backstab. Things are about to get weird. So Strange, he is hoping that Gerald turns around. He needs desperately for Gerald to turn back around. He dives into the into the pocket base. Towards the natural. And his goal here is to get some worker damage and recall back home. Probes are falling. For both players. The Oracles, they go to town. As the Stalkers, there's nothing to stop them. They're going to be able to take control of the main. Back at home, Strange is warping in as much as he can. And force fields, they do slow down the army. Yeah, Geralt is being slowed down, but for how much longer? As Strange, he evacuates the natural, goes straight to the main. Likewise, across the map, he does take down the Robo. Dark Shrine is on the way. Dark Shrine is on the way for Gerald. He loses every single worker back at home. He's completely all in. There's no turning back, but he has a Dark Shrine. Nexus is going to fall. I believe we do have detection. How we go for the Dark Shrine? Gerald, he can warp in. He recalls? Oh my... Wait, what? Okay. Gerald, he recalls back home. He's gonna catch some Stalkers, but there's no macroing out of this. He's down to 4 probes. Did I say 4? I think he's gonna lose a couple more, actually. Down to 3 workers. Ay, ay, ay. And Strange, he escapes with most of his army. He holds onto the main base. I believe we have an observer. I hope we still have an observer here for Strange. As Geralt is once again pushing out. Oh, the prism. Okay, we're good. Good juggling here from Geralt. The prism is going to go down. Oh, it does get sniped. No more juggling. We get the Oracle as well. Every loss here is brutal. Geralt, he cannot replace it. Cannot replace this army. The main Nexus went down as well. Now again, Geralt, he does have a decent army size. We do have to be careful. Force field's less than ideal. They do miss. Oracle dives into the main. Safe Strap is denied. Strange is expanding, and now he's looking to hold here on the high ground. Loving the hallucinations. They do soak some damage, and there we go. We dive on an Immortal. We're down to 3. We have the Concave as well. Strange, he forces back the army. And we can keep pushing. We shut down the Immortals as well, and it looks like Strange, he has done it here for his team, for Mystery Gaming. There will not be an ace match. We were theorizing how that would turn out. GG gets called, and Strange takes the 2-0. GG, well played. Mystery Gaming popping off tonight. Going 1-1 all throughout, and Strange is able to clean it up towards the end. My condolences to Gerald. Gerald, he's an amazing player. I mentioned before that in general, when it comes to how the outlook on these players and how sold they are overall in general, I would rate Gerald quite highly. I would rate Gerald as one of the best in Europe, actually. But specifically in PvP, hey, that is where Strange can really thrive. That's where he can cause some upsets, and Strange gets the 2-0. GG, congratulations to Mystery Gaming. My condolences to PSISTORM Gaming as they do take a loss here. They are still in decent standings, I believe. They're still in decent standings in the overall tournament, so it's not like they're going to be losing anything. But Mystery Gaming, they did need a win. They did need a win here to vie for actually a chance at making it into the playoffs, so a big moment for Mystery Gaming. With that, we have our lineups for tomorrow. Team Liquid versus Kwangdong Freaks, and the Starving Camels versus Dragon Kaiser Gaming. That is going to be tomorrow. Those matches will be taking place tomorrow here on the CranKy Ducklings in less than 24 hours. Oh, that's a new ad. What am I watching? Was that her tail?
I think they're playing with the idea of like the fox demon thingy.
No, yeah, but was the fox demon her hair or her tail?
It looked like her tail, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't seeing things when I saw her tail turn into a fox, okay? Aye. Shout out to Honkai Star, of course, a big sponsor of World Team League. Taido as well. And yeah, with that, we're going to be wrapping up here for the night. But there's still plenty of StarCraft. Going on here. Check out ESL Masters. They are currently live with the European regionals. The Asia regionals just concluded for the night, and plenty of StarCraft still to come. We spoke about it earlier. We were featuring Cham, and Cham still has matches later on here against Scarlet. So make sure you tune in. Make sure you are a part of that. It's going to be a great night of StarCraft. Until then, thank you so much for watching, everyone. Thanks so much for the support. We're going to be live here once again tomorrow with WTL, also with KSL. I was considering co-streaming ESL Americas, ESL Masters Americas, but I feel like I should get sleep before KSL. I don't want to be too tired. And Korean StarCraft League is a little bit earlier in the day on Saturday. So I think we're going to be passing on co-streaming Americas today, but we should be able to cover it tomorrow. Should. Fingers crossed. Until then, thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for the support. We'll see you guys next time. Hasta luego. Bye.